Welcome back to the show. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I am definitely excited to jump back into Omori. I didn't think I would be this excited, but then when I booted it up and stuck on the soundtrack alone is enough to keep anybody here. Just for that. So it's like funky and creative and peaceful. It makes me feel more creative, really. And what more do you want from that? From any game? I don't know how loud I have the sound on because last time I checked and it was kind of hard to hear. And like since I'm doing a show, it's like I don't want to have the music so loud that you can't understand what I'm saying at all. But if it's too quiet, I encourage you to go and find the soundtrack on YouTube or wherever and just take a listen to it. Because this is good. I like Sybian music, so this is pretty up. It's a similar type of genre, I'm sure, whatever this is. Last time we left off, we were just going down into the mole village, which is right up there. I did some grinding off screen, so that was a little stronger because I like to leave everything in, but the grinding is we're gonna probably do a bit of that off screen because it's not super exciting to watch. I'm sure if you watched last episode, you already got a taste for it. It's fun for a bit. The soundtrack and the combat sequences is so good that it kind of makes it worth it. But I'm not going to go ahead and say that I should just leave all that in for no reason. However, I did leave that evil teddy bear from last time, so he should still be hanging around. So I think we'll go back and give him a shot, or shoot him, or stab him, or whatever we're going to do to him. Yeah, there's a lot of violence in this game, but that's what we came for. Combat. There aren't too many video games that don't rely on combat. It's a rare thing. I do appreciate the ones that do it less. Like Death Stranding is probably one of my favorite games, if not my favorite, just because it takes everything I like about Metal Gear Solid. And yeah, sometimes it's a bit slow, but it does have gameplay that's not focused around combat. There's combat in it, and it's really good, honestly. The shootouts are fun. But yeah, the package delivery is the main focus. And I've worked a few manual labor jobs in my life, so I find it just a lot more relatable. I like that game quite a bit. It's one of the few games I consistently go back and play whenever I'm just feeling like in the mood to just play something, anything light. Okay, I'm scared to fight this bear. Yeah. But he's probably got a bunch of XP in him, and I believe he's a quest, so we're gonna try. Ooh, he's so fucking aggressive. Well, we're a lot tougher. He shouldn't be able to one-shot us, and if we use our high-powered energy attack, which we know does 600 damage, nope, he still one-shots us. Fuck. It caps out their max. Oh no, it doesn't cap out. Oh shit, I should have saved that. Whatever. If we don't win this fight, doesn't matter. We'll just continue on. I thought I'd give it a good try. Well, I have to revive Hero because I need him to do the super attack. I don't know if it's going to matter. We're just probably going to get wiped again. He's so strong. Yeah, well, if we don't win, this is a lousy warm-up. But I didn't commit to beating this guy, to be sure. I just thought I'd give him a shot since I was like, everyone's like quite a bit stronger, but apparently it's not enough. Maybe we'll get lucky. And if not, we'll just move on. I think the bear got a critical hit on that first attack, so normally he shouldn't be able to do it. I'm not going to touch it. We need the ultimate move if we're going to have any shot, I think. Okay. Probably need to heal. Omori can take one hit, but... Oops. But... We're not going to rely on that until we need to. Oh my god. What is with Hero? He's getting so unlucky today. Oh, that was our last life gem, so we're pretty much screwed now. I could have bought more, but oh, it looks like we're gonna win anyways. Maybe. Okay, I'm just gonna use my move now because there's no point in saving it. You need everybody. Okay. Well, sucks because Hero's not gonna. Whenever anyone's out, I've noticed they don't get any XP. So Hero's gonna continuously get weaker. And part of the problem is I think he was weaker already. Well, that was just bad luck mostly, but he's been knocked out a few times, mostly because he's doesn't do well against spiders. We didn't get an item like a teddy bear or anything, which is, I assume, what we need it for the quest. So that's a little concerning. It's no big. Oh, fuck you. That's only one. I should just heal them. I don't know what I was doing. I think these guys are strong enough. Doesn't matter. We beat the teddy bear. Woo! That's something. Normally I stream at night, and I kind of wish I did today, but I don't know. Last night I was too tired, so I just went to bed at 8, and now I've got energy this morning, so I'm going to do it in the morning. It's probably a lousy decision because people are either busy and working, or they're gamers and they have night schedules like I usually do. But today I'm just up in the morning. I don't know what happened. It's a mystery. Maybe it's this beautiful, cold, and bright Canadian winter day that woke me up. It is a winter wonderland out again temporarily at the end of February. Some people really like that. I like the way it looks, but I usually go for walks quite frequently, and the cold can be pretty bad. Like, I'm armored to the teeth, though, because I usually go out anyways. But even still, like, I have a parka and everything, which I bought a long time ago, and oh, I love that thing. It just makes winter basically like walking around indoors. That shit's crazy. It's definitely good. Oh, my brother's playing Elder Scrolls Online. Oh, that Teddy respawns. Ah, so he's not a quest thing. Well, you can grind him. We're not going to do that now because we're not quite strong enough to like plow through him easily. We're almost strong enough to do that. But when we get a couple more levels, I think we should come back here and kick his butt a few times for some, like, he gives you like 600. And my brother's playing Elder Scrolls. It's the only MMO he likes, so yeah, he always tries to get into it. And he plays it a fair bit, but it never quite sticks the same way. I don't think my little tiny pathetic laptop can run it, so I doubt I'll be able to play with him. But my middle brother does play with him. Okay, let's move on. Let's get the hell out of here. Bye-bye. Stanky flowers. Is that like a castle? Wait, let's go back and take a quick look at that. Ah, it's a castle. Weird. The sprout most live underground, and yet there's a castle. We did just save. It's fine. What do we got here? Yeah. Life Jam. Okay, we did use one, so we should have like a couple. I feel like you should have 2 in the bank. Popcorn. Yeah. More popcorn. Popcorn's pretty useful because there are an increasing amount of enemies that do splash damage for some reason right now. So we'll preempt it. I shouldn't really save after buying things because I'll save in a second slot. There we go. Should be good. We all remember the beautiful mole centipede monster. It's actually disgusting. Yeah, dude, if anybody out there is watching this, and there's a fat chance because I'm not very popular, but if anybody out there is watching this, first of all, thank you. And second of all, if you like these kind of games, I highly recommend watching, because I didn't play it, I just watched it, like a playthrough of Earthbound, because it is like the granddaddy of these games. Yeah, Mother 2 or Earthbound, whichever you want to, different titles for it. Yeah, because it's way better than I thought it would be. And I see why it's the granddaddy. It's a trip, that game. There's so many turns and twists and new experiences that the characters go through, and like it still comes up to a grand story that like is very memorable. And the end is like freaky. It's fun. Um, this game takes inspiration from it. It's very obvious. Undertale, massive amounts of inspiration, especially in the final boss. But just generally speaking, that game is very, very good. I didn't play it because it's really hard to get through. Oh, there's another save spot here. Table full of merchandise of an obnoxious looking person. Omori does not like this character. He is a young boy though, so it's probably the reason. Are you here to see Sweetheart's Quest for Hearts? Oh, his sweetheart. Oh, Sweetheart's the space Captain Space guy. Look, I don't really remember his name. Anyway, so she's famous. I guess Captain Spaceman or whatever is also famous because he's an action figure. So I know the show. We have front row ticket show for it. Oh yeah, we do. Ah, I can see it now. A dazzling epic tale about the hardships of romance. Heartbreak, betrayal, desperation, loneliness. Why are you into this stuff, Aubrey? For someone who's like so stubborn and independent, she really likes bitter stories. That's funny. Oh, the drama. Don't get me wrong. I love like Pride and Prejudice and all those like classic stories about romance. I vastly prefer French literature because their romance is much more realistic. It's not like this epic tale of like two people who are destined to be apart eventually figure out they have true love for each other after like some tests of romance, and then it turns out that they really do love each other. Like Heathfield or what, I forget what his name is in the one where the mansion burns down and he's disfigured and she still loves him and stuff. It's very much the English style, which is it's psychologically interesting to talk about like what people really mean when they think of true love and to have scenarios where it's tested and we can see what it is. On the other hand, I prefer the French style because the French just admit that sometimes you get into a relationship with someone for other reasons that you're not even aware of, or just like maybe not idealistic, but then sometimes the relationship turns into something that's really, I don't know what the word would be, healthy, or just something you really, really want. Like I'm talking like The Red and the Black by Stendhal is a good example of that. It's one of my favorite books. It just shows that like sometimes you go through life with ambition and that helps you move through life, but then eventually you find something that's better than ambition, you know, which I find to be gives me hope. Well, you promised we could earlier. Please, Hero, we should at least check. Yeah, we're gonna fucking check it out. I want to see this shit. It better be good though. Well, all right. Hopefully this won't take too long. Show tickets, please. Yes. Oh, I guess we don't even have a choice. Well, I was gonna say yes anyway. So here you go, Mr. Sprout Mole. Oh my! I can't believe my eyes. These are front row tickets. I recently won. This is a dumb story, but I recently won tickets to the Calgary Flames in a quiz at my workplace. But I had to give them away because I actually blew all my money on clothes and I didn't have money for the bus tickets to go. So I just gave them to the runner-up winner. I didn't want to ask for bus ticket money because it's super embarrassing. So I just didn't go. I didn't have anyone to go with either. So you have all made some great sacrifices to be here today. I applaud you. Forgive me for calling you strange looking earlier. Oh, now we've got money, so he's nice to us. Oh, that's fucking classist as shit. Yeah, what a dickhead. This is basically how the world really works. If you have the right stuff, people just treat you like you're classier or like you're even better educated and shit. Like, think of Trump. The guy fucking can't speak. I mean, I'm going to get a little political here, but fuck it. The guy can't string a sentence together like coherently. He can say punchy reality TV show lines, but and everybody thinks he's a fucking genius just because he has money. But that's the ideology that we all live in. Hey, watch 1984. It feels a little bit familiar. And before anyone goes on that 1984 was a critique against socialism, I would implore them to read George Orwell's Down and Out in Paris and London, because you'll see quickly that George Orwell is not talking just about pure politically run societies. He doesn't like money-controlled ones either. It's not that simple. After talking big, I am now in front of a door that I can't open, which is embarrassing now. Just go up. Got a little distracted. I tangent sometimes. That's life. But now we get to watch a good show. What is this music? Oh, you can hear the sprout moles chattering. That's why it sounds weird. This is some like low-key jazz, but it's like electronic sounding. Look at this stage. It's just as amazing as I imagined. Let's take our seats. It looks like the show is about to start. Of course. Let's get down. Are you ready? No, but let's do it anyways. This better be good. I'm stuck here watching it for the first time like everyone else, so. Ooh. Oh, holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the special episode of Sweetheart's Quest for Hearts. I like his hair. Before our show, we want to take a moment to honor the life of someone who has been an inspiration to us all. Our beloved leader, Ye Old Sprout. Oh, we met him earlier. Ooh, did we kill him? I remember fighting him, but he looks like he's dead now. He was truly the father that none of us deserved. Let us have a moment of silence in memory of him. They're gonna recognize us. There wasn't any witnesses, so may he rest in peace. I talked during his silence moment. Now I feel bad. And now, on to the show. Cool. Last time on Sweetheart's Quest for Hearts, our favorite princess, once again, failed to fall in love with any eligible bachelors. This time, we've rounded up 3 new very attractive contestants. Will one of them be able to capture Sweetheart's heart? I wonder if Space Boy's going to be here. Let's reveal them now. Contestant number 1 is a local Sprout Mole Village, sure. He's coming in at 3 feet tall. His favorite food is tofu. I don't know. I've never had a lot of tofu. Maybe it's kind of good. I don't know. I'm not going to judge it ahead of time. He was a huge collection of plastic flamingos and enjoys long walks through narrow tunnels. Give it up for contestant number 1. Contestant number 2 is, yep, you guessed it, a local of Sproutmole Village. Ooh, he's an inch. Brown and green. He spends his weekends rolling around in dirty laundry. Spicy. Muy caliente. Give it up for contestant number 2. Now for something completely different. Comes all the way from Otherworld. It's like he just fell out of the sky, literally. According to him and us, that makes him a catch. Give it up for Snaily. I just feel like can't blame Sweetheart for not picking in these guys. They don't seem like they're good matches for her. Dim the lights, please. Of course, I've never seen her. I've only seen the cardboard cutouts. Grace, she truly has the most... That is not a real word, is it? Pulchritudinous face. Yes, you know who we're talking about. She's all that is amazing and wonderful, and she is just about to set foot on this very stage. Please give a big, warm welcome to the one, the only, the magnificent Space Boy here to wreck it. I bet he's the only person we. Oh, yeah, he lightning that guy. I bet it's him. I don't know if he can shoot lightning. There's a blackout. Now what do we do? I have to know what happens next. Let's wait. I'm sure the Sprout Moles will get the power back on in no time. Help! We don't know what to do. Nope. Help! We don't know what to do either. Help! Okay, fine. We'll do it. Jesus. Well, maybe we should look around just in case. That's cool. Man, yeah, this game is great for like... It's great at hooking you into a plot, and it doesn't make it like a big deal, and then all of a sudden you're like involved in it, which is just nice. It's very natural. Because I was here ready for a show, and like now it's like pause for a second. You're like, oh, what's gonna happen? But I have to like solve something. Do we do it in here? I wonder. Help! Yeah. Oof! I should have gotten a double strong cup of tea today. Gonna need it. Hope there's no puzzles. Ah, the blackout affected all of Sproutmole Village too. Hero, what do we do now? Don't worry, Aubrey. This is where my handyman expertise comes into play. Jesus, Hero, you are good at everything. I bet you there's a huge, like, Hero fan following for this game. Like that, the fish guy from Breath of the Wild that everybody likes. Although he's totally, like, pro-aristocrat and, like, kind of deal, but whatever. In cases like this, we should probably be looking for some kind of backup generator. Okay, you said it, so it must be true. I'm going to save, because nobody wants to redo cutscenes. They're really awesome the first time, not so much the second time. I don't need this. I don't need this. Goodbye. I want to explore, but... That's cool. Why has he got a basketball hoop in his room? Well, each to their own, whatever. So only... Oh, it's a chef. Okay, these guys probably have something funny to say. Ah, yes, welcome. You must be here to learn about the culinary feats in sliced bread. Tofu. Sure. C'est magnifique. I cannot speak French, sorry. Here's your tofu trivia for the day. Please, the best way to add flavor to tofu is to glaze it until golden and then add a marinade. It'll absorb all the flavors until the sauce becomes a syrup that sticks to the pan. If you wish to know more about the amazing and majestic tofu, feel free to talk to me again. Oh ho. Free samples? Oh, tofu doesn't heal you much though, so... It's $1. It's not even worth it. It's just gonna clog up. I respect your decision. You know, if only more salespeople were just like that. But, you know. Capitalism, they gotta sell shit. I mean, I'd say that the policy nowadays for companies is to not be too pushy in a lot of their sales, even in like retail where it's like infamous for it. But even still. Pick up the pace, boys. We must make haste. We're trying our best, Warden. This is as fast as we can go. Why isn't this working? I feel sick. Just keep running, moles. Nothing gets done without a little sweat. I notice he's not sweating. And there's empty treadmills. He could be doing it too. Lead from the front. Come on. Oh, are they trying to power the building with mole energy? Cool. We should probably fix this for them. I'm sure they won't even thank us. We're going to do it anyways. Wait, is this the generator? What'd I say, moles? Hard work pays off. Now keep on running. Oh, an ooh treadmill. Oh, this is like a fun little event we can do as a group. Hell yeah, let's do it. Do you want to exercise with your friends? Fuck yeah. I love exercising, but nobody likes to exercise with me in real life. I've gotten used to it. I still love doing it though. I'm not a big treadmill guy, but I did do it for a while. I'm like, okay, Hero's really good at it. He's like a gazelle. Kel's like, I don't like this shit. Funny thing is, Kel has a lot of energy, but he's not like gonna stand on a treadmill and run there. It's boring. It's hard to blame him. I like treadmill. It's okay. In Canada, you can't go running out when it's mega cold because you'll get pneumonia. Some people do it and they like wear a mask, but oh wait, I just have to press a button. Okay, oh, that's it. What do these do? Nice. I wonder what that's all about. Yeah, you can't run in Canada when it's cold because you can get like pneumonia because the cold air will like condense in your chest and yeah, it'll make you sick. So you kind of need a treadmill if you want to run indoors or like during the winter. This is a cool room. Is that the guy from the game show? He's got flamingos. Who knows? Haha, this guy's on turbo. Clean boy. Oh, it's the guy who likes to roll around in dirty laundry. No, maybe. Maybe it's just a thing sprout moles do. Sprout moles, while intelligent, are very obsessive creatures. As you can see, I lack any semblance of self-control. That's pretty funny. Christmas is my favorite time of year, so why not just celebrate Christmas all the time? How does he have snow outside? Do you want to cut the Christmas tree? Yeah, this is a terrible idea. I would not do this in real life because it's super rude, but I want that watermelon. I want to see what happens, so we're going to do it. I'm not even going to talk to him. He's going to go the cold as ice. Actually, let's see what he has to say. Christmas is rude. Yeah, that's pretty fucking awful, but hilarious. It's so hard to get a good night's sleep lately. If only I had something to make the experience of sleeping more comfortable. Yeah, you lack a bed. Or sleeping drugs. The sleeping pills, I can't truly recommend them to people because if you do take them, you will fall asleep, but your sleep is not as good. So it's like emergencies only kind of situation. Like if you absolutely have to reset your sleep schedule, and you need to brute force it, I sometimes will rely on them, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of college. It's a bit of a shit show. I'm working on revolutionary technology that will change all life in the colony. Nay, the world. Cool. Cut the wire. We're going to do it. Oh, no! Oh, yes. Maybe he's nice. Did not look nice, but I probably should have looked to see what I was going to do first. But well, the consequences will fall on my head. No, they'll fall on his head. Orange juice. Ruthless murder pays off. You heard it here, folks. Omori, teaching us morality that we need. Hope it wasn't that planned. What's his books about? Let's check it out. Bunch of books, but all the pages are glued shut. So what? He doesn't ever read it? Egad, careful. You could have ruined an incredibly delicate concoction. Okay, I'm going to let you be. Look, he's full of medals and PhDs. Cool. If he's so dangerous, why don't you just do it outside of the village? Actually, it's pretty dangerous outside the village, so I get it, but it's not very brave of him. These guys are pretty funny. We'll talk to the rest of them. Hey, you there. You creatures seem like well-seasoned travelers. Could you help me out? My brother lives in the Sproutmo colony in Otherworld. I don't remember visiting a colony in Otherworld, but I want to send him a care package, but I'm afraid of getting lost. Would you be able to deliver this for me? Sure. Thank you, strange creatures. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. Here you go. Yeah. What are you guys talking about? I hate Mondays. Oh, luckily it's Tuesday. We sprout moles do not dare leave the colony ever since the Great Move. It was a hard time. Many of us didn't make it. Sprout moles were getting lost left and right. Children were separated from their families. Oh, the horror. I mean, at least it's all okay now, for the most part. The horror. I used to never understand at the end of Apocalypse Now when I was younger, why he says the horror at the end of the movie. And then, I don't know if I understand it now, to be honest, but, actually, I won't even comment on it. I just think it's a great line. I think there's a lot that anyone could read into it, and I think that's the point. Hello. Oh, I can move. You're pretty, slick looking. Mustache mole. Someone please help me. I'm in need of a handsome young gentleman. Oh. You, yes. In the striped pants. I'm wearing striped pants? God. You magnificent beast. You are coming on strong, my friend. I don't even know you. Yes, oh, you look like you'll do just fine. I don't want anybody, no matter who you are, any person coming up and just calling me a magnificent beast right off the bat. Well, no, it's just a little too strong. That's nuts. Hero, of course. Of course it was going to be fucking Hero. What did I say earlier? He's I don't know what the word for it would be, but he's basically like that Zora prince from Breath of the Wild that everybody likes. Oh, why thank you. I don't know what to say. Please, kind sir, help a poor lowly mole. I'm desperately in need of your service. Well, since you asked so nicely, how can I refuse? Thank you, my young lad. You are too generous. Please, come this way now. Chop, chop. Wait, hold on. Can my friends come too? Yes, your friends. You're all here to see Sweetheart's quest, yes? If so, we will all meet again soon enough. Now come, sir. We must make haste. Time is short. Oh, he's going to replace the lightning dude from earlier. Wasn't killed by Captain Spaceboy. I like to speculate wildly and be wrong all the time. It's my favorite thing to do. Alright. I'm gonna need a cup of tea soon. Click. Greetings, Sweetheart fans. We apologize for the short intermission. Welcome back to our regularly scheduled program. During the break, we regret to inform you that a tragic accident has occurred right here on this very stage. Not again. I mean, oh, well. I remember him fondly for the few seconds that we got to know him. He was truly a unique and irreplaceable soul. And now we'll replace him. But the show must go on. Wasn't Sykkuno on a game show like this at some point? I've never seen the clips of it because it's so campy. But I heard that he used to do a game show like this at some point. Hailing all the way from vast forest, it's our hero in shining armor. He's in pajamas, that's why. Get this, guys. Our hero is a real hunk standing at a whopping 5'7". His passions include baking, cooking, and cleaning. And if that doesn't sound like the perfect man, check out his killer smile and mild personality. Shaking. And now, once again, it's time to introduce the star of the show. Dim the lights, please. I'm guessing Sweetheart does not look like her cutouts. She emits beauty, she exudes grace. She truly has the most pulchritudinous face. I'm going to look that up at some point. Yes, you know who we're talking about. She's all that is amazing and wonderful, and she is just about to set foot on this very stage. She's the one. Nice couch. Oh, ho, ho. Oh, she's loud. An excellent entrance, my liege. Oh, that's the guy still talking. Yes, it is me. Hello, my stupid, adoring fans. We love you, sweetheart. You're the best. Sweetheart, we have brought 3 of the best bachelors in the world onto this stage. Will today be the day that one of them steals your heart? Let's start with some questions. One thing the sweetheart values most in a companion is a complete and absolute obedience. Do you, contestant number 1, agree to pledge your allegiance to sweetheart for the rest of your life? Contestant number 1, what is your answer? Sure. I don't know. I guess. Plain hard to get, I see. What do you think about that response, sweetheart? Just 3 feet tall. My, that is much too short. Send him off to the dungeon. It can't only be about height. In this game show, it's going to be only about height. Oh, there's tough sprout moles. Oh, she's got security goons. Yo. That's fucking totalitarian as fuck. We asked the same question. There's no right or wrong answer to answer truthfully. Yeah, that's what they say during job interviews. It's not fucking true. Well, you pledge your... Yeah. Well, sure. That means I won't get sent to the dungeon. Smart man. My word, this very bean offends me. Take him away, boys. Oh, they got him. Well, pretty sure Hero can take on 2 armored sprout moles, so I'm not too worried. They're good, no pressure at all. Do you, Hero? Yeah. Well, no, that doesn't seem fair at all. Why would I do that? Oh, how naive. My, this one, he's absolutely immaculate. Could it be is sweetheart in love? What an exciting turn of events! This must be fate, a match made in heaven. Wait, but I just said. Ah, yes, you'll do just fine. Now, what was her name again? It's Hero, ma'am. Hero, my hero. We must go to the chambers at once. Guards, I've chosen my suitor. Take him away. Uh-oh. This reminds me of Final Fantasy VII a bit. Guys, please do something. I'm surprised they're not asleep by now. Well, except for Aubrey. She's probably... Whoa, Hero's gonna marry sweetheart? I didn't see this one coming at all. Cal, what are you saying? We have to help him. What do you want me to do about it? I don't want to go to the dungeon. Cal, you're so useless. Hero, you have to reject sweetheart. It's time, Hero. It's time, Hero. Your princess awaits. I don't think she's gonna listen to me. Just do it already. Okay, I'll try. I'm ready to see Hero try to reject somebody. Oh, look, he's determined. Let's see what he does. Excuse me, sweetheart. Ma'am. Ah, yes, my lovely Hero. How I yearn for the sound of your sweet voice. Say my name again. Oh, whoa, haha, that's so nice of you. I mean... Why do I have to do this? I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I'm not interested. That's a nice way to put it. Why, whatever do you mean, my prince? This is all very flattering, but you know, we only just met like a few moments ago, and, well, I have to reject your, offer. Oh, pish posh. Oh, don't be silly, Hero. I've never heard anything sillier. It. It's true. I'm sorry, sweetheart, but I don't want to marry you. Um, this is gonna go very well, I can tell. This is preposterous. No, this is blasphemy. You dare reject sweetheart? Everyone loves sweetheart. You hear me? Everyone. Send him off to the dun. That's all she ever does. Hey, stop right there. You can't take Hero. He belongs to us. What's this now? What is a non-sweetheart fan doing in the audience? Ah, I see. You must be Hero's fans. The nerve of you lot. First you make a fool of me, then you interrupt me during my own show. I'm the one who makes the rules around here. Guards, take them all away. Oh, fuck. They got weapons on their heads. Now you've done it, Aubrey. We killed that bear earlier. It'll be easy. Nope. Okay. Oh, man. Now we're all stuck in the dungeon. Sorry, guys. It's my fault that we're all in this mess. No, it's not Hero. No one could have predicted that would happen. Hero's so mild. Oh. Oh, it's Mustache Man. You fools. Don't you recognize me? No. It's Rosa. I didn't even know your name until now. The #1 sweetheart fan in the world. I told you you'd pay for crossing me. Oh, she's the one with the mixtape, and she also has the house from earlier. Sorry, they all look the same. Curses, we've been bamboozled. I should have known you were behind this, Rosa. It's true what they say. Revenge is sweet. Now rot, you peons. Rot in the dungeon forever. I mean, they weren't kidding when they said Spromals were very intelligent. This is quite the plan. Props, I guess. Dang it. How are we ever going to get out of here? We'll find a way. Come on, guys. Let's think about this. Where do we even start? It's not like they'll just leave the gate unlocked, would they? Oh. Okay, I'm going to take a break and get some more tea and a bite to eat. I'll be right back. Alrighty. I got my tea going. It's still steeping, but I'll probably have it over steep because I'll forget about it, but whatever. Yeah, so we get to hear a lot about Hiro's personality now, so that's pretty interesting. Which I'm sure they're setting that up because he's coming back from college once we transfer back into the future. So this is a part of the game where we get to see more of Hiro before we get to that next part, I'm guessing. Yeah, I can see that this game is going to be a model for future games when it comes to character development. And that seems to be its strongest part. Undertale has good characters and good character development, but I can see that Omori's taking that and bringing it like a step further. They're focusing on just 4 characters, and they're taking the time to go into flashbacks where we get to see them develop their personality in a world that's like pretty like carefree and like childlike, where we can see their personalities. Well, I mean, there's like an old saying. It's like nobody knows you better than like your brother or your sister because they grew up with you and they know what you're like in like your heart of hearts with like out the ability to hide stuff as an adult. I don't know if that's true, but if it is true, then this game's got a great way to do flashbacks because we get to see characters in the future plus like their basis of themselves in the past. Which, of course, lets us emphasize with the characters better, too. Especially Aubrey, who turns out to be a villain. I think if we don't get to see how heroic and like sacrificing she even is when it comes to her friends, we wouldn't be able to appreciate her that much in the future when she appears to be like a bad person. Even though it's clear that I don't think Aubrey's bad in the future. I mean, you see the outside of her house, it's just like very ill kept. I think she's just in a bad circumstance and she's just making the most of it. And like she told us, I mean, we heard it from her herself, which is that basically everybody left her to her own devices, and maybe her life wasn't all sunshine and rainbows like some of the others. And when she's left her own devices and life is tough, maybe she had to get a little tougher. We don't know any of that, but you know, at this point, I'm starting to make some assumptions, put stuff together. So we'll see. Oh man, did I forget my sugar? I'm not gonna go back down and get it right now. Okay, yeah, the door's open. We could sneak past them, but I'm fairly confident. Let's give it a try. This could be completely a bad idea. Bet you it's been 3 to 4 minutes. Oops. This is a Castlevania-esque tune right here. I don't know what track this reminds me of in Castlevania, but it definitely has that feeling. Oh, these guys are pretty weak. It's no big deal. Cool. Yeah, we're strong, so that grinding definitely helped. Yeah, Hero's a little behind. But that's just how it is. He didn't do very well with the spiders. Understandable. Can we open these? What's this? I'm gonna go explore a little bit more before I do that. So this is Sweetheart's Lair. This is not Fruit Punch. I hope it's not blood. It's not Fruit Punch. I'm not gonna make any assumptions about Sweetheart yet, but oh, there is a picture of some gory. Oh, it's Space. Oh, it's Captain Spaceboy, but his face is torn out. Oh. Now she's become all like fragile ego because of that. But wait, I thought she didn't like him. You know, sometimes people dump other people, but they didn't actually mean to, kind of deal. Do happen. It's like the preemptive dump. You don't look that tough. I'm sorry to say it. He's taped to his side. Yeah. How else would they hold it? Logic. I don't even know if he... Oh, he's kind of tough. Holy crap, he took an entire barrage from us. Barely. He's a zombie. Marsha. Oh, she. My bad. These rebels even... Oh, yeah, no, Rose is female. So I guess they do have gender. Mood Wrecker. That sounds cool. I think you actually have to, like, equip these skills. Yep. A swing that doesn't miss deals extra damage to happy foes. And I never use these. I sure hope they're not necessary. I'm just here for the memes and the story. What's this do? I'm just going to leave that in case it's like a timed thing, because I want to know if I'm going to get screwed. Okay, now it's just teaching us. Okay, cool. I think that's where we need to go, but I'm just going to take a quick look down here. These guys are pretty weak. I don't know if they're giving us a lot of XP, but we'll just kill them because it takes like a hot second. That's it. Aubrey's happy. Seems like a lot of XP. Oh, they're not all unlocked. What are these to me? Oh, Aubrey can smash them. Duh. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Yo. I mean, everybody's played Zelda. This is like half the fun. Tofu. Wah. Nothing. I won't know. We already did that. Okay, let's smash these quickly. Oh. It's very satisfying sound, though. He's nothing. Hero's such a sensible guy. Yeah, I'm only sensible some of the time. I would say generally in my life I have not afforded the luxury of being able to be sensible all the time. Sometimes it's just not that easy. Oh no, what are you going to do? No one has ever escaped the dungeon. Oh, they're contestants. I was gonna say, because if these are guards, this feels like a trap, because it's like, oh no, don't go this way. But if they're contestants, then it's fine, I'm sure. What is that? You're blocking something. Huzzah! After countless failures, I've finally almost made my escape. All I need to do is find the exit. Wait, he's got a mustache. Is he like the original Mustache Man? Wait, Rosa was flattering Hero pretty heavily while she was like getting him into the prison. Does Rosa actually like Hero? Jump for Cal. Yeah, he can throw. Who knows? I don't know if Rose is going to be a seriously reoccurring character, but maybe. So this is like a 2-level puzzle thing. Okay, well, we just have to go down the other way. Puzzles. That's fine. Oh man, oh, I have to fight you. It's good for our XP, no biggie. And GTA 5 is like all the rage right now with the role playing. I watched the recent episode with Saikuno doing the casino heist with XQC. And like, I admit these new like big mini games, these huge events created by modders, they're kind of cool. I think they're a step up. It's still not enough to get me crazily into it. But man, I want to like it. Like the whole idea of like in a world where people can just act and play characters in it, and like it's like a huge show everyone watch. I mean, it's exciting. I don't think it's at the level that it could be yet. I mean, as an audience member, I'm just like, I want more, you know? And then it'll get to like the level of reality TV or TV, and it'll be like completely artificial. No, I refuse to believe. I hope it stays around. You know. I mean, here's the thing. There's lots of room for that kind of new genre to grow. Like that kind of acting is different from like the acting or the performing that goes on with like just doing a game on a Twitch stream. And so I think it takes a long time for people to get used to it. Everybody needs experience, even like the most seasoned streamers. Uh-oh. I've forgotten what to do. We have to get around somehow. Well, let's just try other routes. It's not a big deal. Another one. Well, we could go down this way. Excuse me just a second. Sorry. Yeah, GTA roleplay. Man, I was super excited when that first came out, and I was like, man, because I used to play a lot of D&D when I was a kid, and I really liked the idea of the creativity of it. I mean, I just like good acting in general and stuff like that. So GTA 5, I was super excited when it first came out, and the dialogue and the acting that people do on improv is tough. I wouldn't say that like people are getting better at it, but my bar is really high. Like I want to see like the best of the best. Personally, and like I'm just shooting because like I don't have any experience in this. This is just random stuff I'm rambling about. But I think that the trick is people need to not play a character that they would love to be. Because everyone thinks of role playing as you play someone that you wish you were, but you aren't. They need to play themselves more. Like I think every good actor brings a lot of their own experiences to the table. And then they remember as well as they can the character points and the defining traits of the character that they're playing, so they remain consistent and like it's believable. But at the end of the day, they're bringing their own emotions and their emotional background to the table. And I think streamers need to realize that's basically the deal. You can't play someone that you have no experience of. Like you can't play a hardened gangster if you have no experience of that in your life. Or if you do, you have to bring emotions, if even just some confrontation in your life or stuff like that to the table. It has to come from some kind of honest place. Like you can't just like just say tough guy lines and expect it to like come off well or make sense. Man, I'm a fucking dummy. I don't know where to go. It won't budge. I could try tagging. I don't think anyone will be able to open Iron Gate, but you never know. No. Now I know what the game grumps talk about when I say it's like hard to run a show and talk at the same time. But no sense complaining about it. That's the whole point of me being here. So we went down that one already. It didn't lead anywhere. We didn't smash these. Let's check this out quickly. I don't think there's gonna be like a key in here or anything, but Goodbye. That's how you sneak past them. Oh, maybe that flamingo is like a switch. We could try it. That's pretty arcane if it is, because it's hard to guess, but I guess I've guessed it, quote unquote. I'm just desperate at this point. These guys are giving us a lot of XP though, so. For what reason? This is super Castlevania-esque music. I should stream some Castlevania. I think I only own the old school pack they released on Steam right now, which I've never beaten. They're very tough. They're a lot tougher than Symphony of the Night. A special hell for you, my dear. Yeah, I don't care. Signed Sweetheart, maybe? Can we go on the spikes? Is that the deal? Because I guess we can try. Nope. I'm gonna break these just for. Man, what do we do? I'm a dummy. Wait, let's try these other flamingos. The Royal Bath. Refilled regularly. Refilled with what? Not fruit punch. Oh, this is a platform. Oh. Well, at least I get lucky when I stumble. I just walked into it. I thought maybe you could click on it. Okay, that's good. Whew. I mean, I wasn't panicking. You were panicking. Ooh, roses. I do like flowers. I'm weird like that. I don't own any though because they're kind of expensive, especially since they're temporary. This looks like Space Boy's room, so this maybe, especially unflattering. Oh, oh, that's just the mirror, not because like every mirror does that. Whatever. This music's sappy. Bunch of books, but all the pages are glued shut. No other reason to take up space. Sometimes it feels like that. I recently got rid of like half of my stuff because I had a lot of stuff from college that I needed at the time, but that I don't need anymore, thank God. Like a really shitty vacuum I bought on Amazon was like tiny. So I just gave a lot of that stuff away. Oh no, this music's stuck on. This is No. So this is the special hell that the flamingo's talking about. I don't get it. It's a joke of some sorts. It's supposed to be like it's a torture chamber. I don't get it. It looks like Space Boy's room, so maybe like she thinks this is the worst thing in the world, and so she thinks everyone else is gonna hate it. She's not very good at like cognitive empathy. Can't put herself in other people's shoes. I don't know. Maybe there's something else to it that I don't understand. It's kind of funny though. So I figured out that stupid friggin' puzzle and it didn't do anything. I could try throwing, except Kel's things only works on platforms. Okay. Yeah, we did that already. Well, I'm going to check this room again because it's the only new thing we've gotten. We did that already. Yeah. Same. And this. Alrighty. So that didn't do anything. I'm actually dumb. Raw toilet ramen. Oh god, I didn't want that. Okay, we did that platform already. Oh, there's a cutscene here. Oh, no. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's all we had to do. Well, it's a good thing that what I lack in observation, I make up for in randomly walking into the right answer. Now come here and enjoy a nice picnic with me. Yes, I would love to. I don't know how you got here, but that's just like your super ability, and I'm not going to question it. But I don't like pickles. Oh, now there's someone else to click on it. Cal. Ah, yes, pickles. Would you like to eat some? Okay, the food's not getting healthier. It's just getting like weirder and like less good. Wait, is there better food over here? No, maybe. I'm kind of busy. Oh, this I want to do. Nothing. We'll definitely save here. Cool. Okay, good progress has been made. That's pretty awesome. Let's go see what's up here. Ooh. Aubrey. I like Aubrey. I mean, I like all the characters. They're all well written, but they're not done in a way that's like they're only just good guys. They all have like little quirks and flaws and things like that. I got sent to the dungeon for smuggling. But old habits die hard. That said, I've got some good choice goods for sale, patron. Interested in buying? Yeah, I am. Chicken wings. Poetry book. I'm not a big poetry guy at all. I've read like 2 poems from Leaves of Grass, and I've read Edgar Allan Poe because, I mean, the Raven poem's pretty good. At the time, everybody hated it, I think, because they thought it was too cheesy, but, I mean, maybe it is. Even nowadays, it holds up as a bit cheesy, but it's just a really good poem. It hits you right in the gut. You don't even have to like poetry. Cool. That's pretty pointless. Yeah, other than that, I know nothing about poetry, so I will probably get into it at some point in my life, but a lot of good novel writers also do poetry, so for that reason, it's kind of like to get their complete picture. It's good to like check it out, I guess. Okay. Well, I'll go back around. What's up here? This dungeon's pretty messed up. Oh, we've unlocked pretty much everything. More ramen. I've been stuck down here for so long, I feel like I can barely move a muscle. Well, you don't have any muscles, so it'd be pretty amazing if you could. Hey, what's that face for? I didn't mean to judge you, Mr. Bones. You seem like a swell guy. He's not alive. Okay, only one of them can still speak. Fine, whatever. Reduce him to space dust or whatever, guys. Spam Zed. Damn, we strong. We strong as fuck. Damn, it's like they're giving us more XP every time. Holy shit, we're 18 already. It's kind of worth it. I should actually hang out here, but yeah. Oh, it's invisible. I guess maybe it's above us. Not that that does me any good because I can't fly or anything. If anybody knows what those little cages are that hang, I forgot the name. It starts with a G. No, it's not like a gibbet, but it's kind of like that. I'm not really here to collect all of those, but I will remember that in case I decide to do them at the end of the game. Nope. Okay. So we just need to go down to the new gate we've unlocked. I could really just fight everybody because they're dummy thick with XP. But I'll just grind off screen. I think it will be my strategy. He's gonna get squashed. Or explode it for no reason. That's disturbing. I'm just gonna grind off screen, I think, for my strategy. I'll do some fights like on screen. That's fine. There's always some good music, battle music to listen to, and it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, we'll save again quickly because I'm a bit paranoid. Kel does not like pickles. I'm not even gonna ask if he doesn't heal from it because that would be sad. What happened to our chicken from last game? Like, I'm okay with a like fancy pickle that you put on the side of your meal. You just got the single pickle, like all Southern style for the extra fanciness. But I don't know if I eat a jar of pickles. I'm like okay with them. I mean, okay. If you don't know about this about me, I literally will eat virtually everything and kind of like it to some degree. Black licorice, I'm like kind of on. It's like I'll eat it, but it doesn't excite me in any way. That's pretty much my limit. And I've never tried like bugs or anything. My little brother has, the youngest brother. He's tried some crickets. He says they're good. I'm sure they season them up and whatever, but they like do that with every food, so it's no big deal. I think that's not cheating or anything. I mean, like, who eats meat without any seasoning? That's not a thing. So it's like I think it's fair with bugs. Oh, bring Aubrey back. I should just leave her on. Buco bucks. $2. Nice. Nice. I thought for a while Corp's husband had stopped streaming, but apparently he's not. He just does it whenever he wants to, and he doesn't advertise it a lot, so it's hard to tell. I like that guy. He clearly comes from like a tougher background, and so it's like always interesting to see a streamer who doesn't have, you know, I mean, I think it's just like, you know what I mean. I hope he does well. And I hope he feels like it's worth it as he keeps going. Still no face reveal. That's fine. You know, I get it. I'm not like the most photogenic person in the entire world, I'm sure. So like I was tempted to do no face either, but I was just like, whatever. Who cares? We're finally at the exit. Freedom at last. Did we forget anything? I do not know. Hero. Oh, Hero's traumatized. Hey man, at least you got the problem where too many people are into you. Hero's definitely one of those characters that like there's going to be a lot of fans gushing over him, I'm sure, if they play this game. Ooh, we got the Baroque piano music. How decadent. I cannot play the piano. Ooh, this is pretty good. Again, very Castlevania. Halt, prisoners. Did you really think you could escape that easily? It's back to the dungeon for you four. Well, you've only got 2 backup guys, and we're pretty tough now. Darn, and we were so close, too. What do we do now? Think, Hero, think. Come on, how do we get out of this? Oh, I got it. Oh, so he's good with costumes. Oh, and he's even a cosplayer. Well, what's not to like about this guy? Jesus. On the contrary, Sir Knight, I think you have mistaken us for someone else. Yes. Don't be so quick to judge. We are sprout moles, indubitably. Oh, indeed. Ah, yes, quite. This is like when you try to like use the diplomacy skill in D&D, and it's like you don't play the game very much and stuff. But if you're the DM, you gotta let this shit slide. This is like high level acting. Oh, yes, quite. I'm a lover of tofu and sweetheart. Delicious sweetheart. I mean, tofu. Egad, my eyes must have deceived me. I apologize, brethren. It is rather hard to see through this helmet. Truth. You do realize there's like a faceplate. Well, very well, carry on then. I will resume my patrol. As you were. You lot ought to return to your stations as well, lest our dear sweetheart notices. How's that for some quick thinking? That was so smooth, hero. With those Sproutmo masks, we'll be able to make it out of here in a cinch. Oh, we did get those earlier. I don't. So they did set this up, so it's not just like a complete out of the blue plot device. Okay, good. I remember getting those. I didn't forget from whom, but do we really have to keep wearing these here? Yes. Mine's getting kind of itchy. Yes, Cal, we should keep them on until we get out of here. Come on, let's move. Let's mosey. Not before we check out this amazing castle. Oh, what? We have to fight still? Darius's party rolls initiative. It's a natural 20. There's a party. Darius's party has the upper hand. Rolls initiative. What is this shit? Ow. Somebody's played D&D. My middle brother still runs the new Pathfinder 2.0 pretty regularly. He absolutely loves it. He thinks it's the cat's pajamas or whatever. I haven't played it. I played it like briefly for like 10 minutes at a time, maybe, or whatever. Okay, maybe like a session at a time. And I mean, I like the new shield rules. It's like shields like actually are active items now. You can attack with them and stuff with certain feats, and like pretty much everybody can use the basic properties of shields, which is to get you an AC bonus. So I think it's fair. It makes it way more interesting. Like shields, just as blocking devices, is A, inaccurate, but besides that, B, it's kind of boring because in actual Western combat, the shield can be used to like pin people's weapons. It's basically a weapon of its own because the rim's pretty solid. So yeah, just taking in the atmosphere here because it's pretty cool. I mean, it's way too pink, but I like the design. What's this? Throw a clam. Last time we did this, it was a good thing. I kind of doubt it's going to be the case here, but we'll do it anyways. That's it. I'll throw another one in. It's cool noise. Other than that, nothing special going on. What's this? Nothing. Yeah, I'm a fairly big fan of like the old school style like this. I like watching real estate videos of people doing like house tours. I will say 9 times out of 10 contemporary style beats it just because it's so hard to do a good mimic of the old school style. But sometimes you see a good version of it. I am super lost. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. A music machine. I don't know if that's a gramophone or what, but they were like the hotness back in the day. In like the early 1900s, to own one of these, and like you could probably like own one like as a group because they're expensive, was like a big deal. Like the original iPhone before even iPhones and iPods and shit were a thing. Well, this is awkward. Who are you? What do you mean this is awkward? Wait, this is an elevator. The chambers. What do you mean this is awkward? Are you the in the old days they used to have like a I forget what they're called, but there's like an elevator servant dude who just sits there and presses the buttons. Back in the old days, they had a lot of useless jobs where people would just do to like add prestige to a place. Even in the 1900s, the early 1900s, that was a thing even up till then. The equivalent still exists today, pretty much. There's a lot of shit people do. It's just basically, I don't know. The bedchambers. Oh, we got some subtle violin. The music in here is good. Like, this isn't like the best modern style classical music I've heard ever, but it's pretty dang good. For sure. It's not, it doesn't hit you over the head. Like, it's subtle, but it still has some emotion to it. So that's cool. Yeah, I mean, whoever made this game, they're an absolute fucking creative maverick. It's a dumb word to use, but I'm just kidding a little bit. They're very good though. I could really go for some cake right now in real life. Oh, I love cake. Yes, it's a bad idea, but whatever. Great, it drugged us. Or bonus points. It drugged us. Jam packets. Oh, it's the forest song again. Well, that's weird. Let's get out of here. Strawberry cake. What is this Alice in Wonderland shit? Cool though. Man, I'm fucking hungry now. I looked around. I do have this chocolate bar, but I listened to my last stream and like you can definitely hear me chewing, and it's a little bit annoying. So I have to like mute if I eat now. So I don't have to pause the camera right here. It's not for kids. But I'm not a kid. I guess the characters are. I'm not a huge fan of wine. It's fine. Maybe I've just never had good wine. That's probably the real problem there. I like champagne though, so it's just bubbly wine, so whatever. I guess I do kind of like it. I like sake though. It's similar. Poetry by Sweetheart. Oh, we have to read it. A day, and a day it was. Such a lovely day. Yeah, I'm not super good at writing either, to be honest. I read a lot of books, but which helps, but you still need practice, and I've never bothered to do that yet. It's Captain Spaceboy. She still has a statue in here. Castella. That's a cool name. Why are you huffing? What are you doing in here? Common sprout moles aren't allowed in Sweetheart's chambers. You know the rules. Wait a minute. Perhaps you'll be able to help me. Sweetheart ordered me to move the statue out of her bedroom before she returns, but I can't get it to move at all. If only this thing was suddenly and conveniently smashed into itty-bitty pieces. This... I always have dumb stories that I get reminded of. I used to work at Shanks on Crowfoot in Calgary. It's a massive bar that's the size of a warehouse. And sometimes they have large events. And so this group orders this ginormous ice statue. It's like huge. It's like the size of a table. And after working really hard the whole night and then clean up all the tables and everything, basically by myself, because that's what I do 90% of the time while I'm there. And half the time the other busboy doesn't help out with anything. I had the privilege and the enjoyment of picking up the massive ice statue and slowly trotting over to the there's like a ramp area where they bring in the goods in the back to the kitchen, and so you could, but it's raised platform. And so I bring the ice statue there, and I just heaved it off the platform, and it smashed into like a bunch of pieces. It was pretty fucking awesome. That was a good night. Little things like that. What it sounds like to me is that you need of some destruction, and Aubrey happens to be the destruction specialists. This is why I like Aubrey. It's a very strange name for a sprout mole. Well, your name's Costello, and that's not exactly normal for sprout moles either. Good name, though. Sweetheart gives you all names. Dude, that's fucked up. That's like when you get hired as like a butler or something for like a rich person, like in Downton Abbey, and they just rename you because it sounds better. I like reading about history because the principle of aristocracy, which is that human beings should attain lofty values, is like cool in principle. Unfortunately, it's also used to just oppress people back then. But I think it doesn't hurt to learn about that kind of stuff, even if just to help explain our own lives better nowadays. It's not like he's ever going to know. Captain Spacepoint Sweetheart are a thing of the past. Live and let live, that's what I always say. You don't always say that. True. But fine, I guess I can give it a shot. Oh, Aubrey, you just want to smash it. And if I was in your shoes, I'd be the exact same. So that's just a statue of him. Who gives a shit? This time, I won't fail. Whoa, my word, you've done it. Well, time to clean this up. Nice. You're real lifesavers. I should have known just to leave this task to specialists. That's what we are, specialists. Especially loud and destructive. How did they get this one in? It's just lighter? Who's the fucking tank carrying this shit? Bye. Well, this is a surprise. Turns out all I had to do was lift it from the bottom. Okay. Fair enough. You're very strong, Costello. A large vanity for pulchritudinous face. I have my phone. I'm going to look that up right now. I'm going to quickly look that up because I want to know. And since I can just repeatedly click on it here. Pulchritudinous. It does show up. It's a real word. Beautiful. That's all it means. It's beautiful. It says literary. Doesn't explain the origin of the word or anything. But apparently I was pronouncing it right, even though I just guessed. Okay, that's never a word I'm going to use because it doesn't sound beautiful. It sounds like, yeah, sounds like you've got pus growing out of your face or something. But cool, now I learned something. A new word I learned, which is also pretty dumb, but it's a fun one to use, is sesquipedalian. Sesquipedalian. It just means like multisyllabic, so you use a lot of syllables and like long words. So that's a fun one to use because it's a long word that means you use long words too much, or that someone talks way too much and is too like show offy with it. So it's kind of ironic to you that I thought it was funny. It's not really something you'd ever actually use, except as a joke, though. Oh, this is dope. Fucking balcony. Yo. Yeah, I always wish I had nicer things in life, but sometimes I get lucky and get a nice job for a while, but then it kind of disappears. But, you know. I will say, when it comes to life, if you have nice things, don't be afraid to enjoy it, you know. Oh, why does that look evil? You know, and to really enjoy it, like take time to enjoy it. It's definitely worth it. A wizard. Oh, these are all like classic D&D characters. There's no cleric. Probably should be very thankful for that, because I don't want to deal with healing. Oof, this looks like it's going to be a tough fight. We're going to attack again because we're going to need some extra oomph. Oh, so Omori's second attack is random. Yeah, I figured that was going to happen, so I wanted to kill the wizard first, but a little too slow. Luckily, I bought a lot of popcorn. Yeah. I'm sure we have a lot of extra candy, so we can just waste some of it. Yep. Okay, cool. That did nothing. Oh, man, too slow. That sucks. Oh, well. Oof, I'm hungry. I do have this chocolate. I eat like constantly. It's like I can go for quite a while without food, but when it comes to sleep, no. I am like weak as a babe if I don't get enough sleep. Still, I like food, especially if I'm doing streaming. Cool. 1500 XP. How are we going to heal, though? Uh-oh. I didn't get to heal either. Stop, imposters! I know you, Sir Maximus. I know what you are, and you're not sprout moles. You must be wondering how I'm able to tell. You see, I'm above those feeble and inexperienced heralds and marshals. I am Sir Maximus, and with my impressive lineage, I'll be victorious and bring honor to my family. So the classic belligerent knight used to keep the peasants down and the order in check in exchange for a tiny little bit of prestige and a bare minimum amount of power. What a douchebag. Too bad I didn't fucking heal. We're gonna have to use some really good healing right out the gate. A whole pizza. Let's just use that. Oh, it does it to everybody? That's a little too extreme. I didn't realize. That's actually a really good item. Okay, cool. We'll just... Oh, yeah. That should be fine. Everyone else is pretty healthy, so... Hopefully Omori goes first. That is not the case. Everyone's speed is wildly different. But we got lucky. I'm going to eat my chocolate. So apparently he's fighting for his son. That's interesting. Oh, whatever. You can't beat us just for that. Cool. Kind of reminds me of how like Temmie is like in Undertale's trying to like pay for her college or whatever. Apparently people really like the Temmies. It's like one of the more popular characters. My brother's favorite character is the two skeleton brothers, the stout, shorter one. He really likes that guy. And he really likes the get dunked on line if you like fight him as an evil dude near the end. My dear sous chefs,
I'm afraid my back just can't take it anymore. Preach, brother. It is at this unfortunate time that I announce my retirement. But wait, chef, without you, who will lead us in our task of baking a most magnificent cake for the main event? Sous chefs, it is now time for one of you to step up to the limelight. A cake must be baked today. Our very lives are on the line. Oh yes, I hear you, chef. As the most capable one of us, I will volunteer and take charge of this task. I won't fail you, I promise. Hello. Hey, you there. You four sous chefs now. Ugh. Meet me in the kitchen pronto. Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all have ever worked in a kitchen or like in a restaurant. It is busy. It's unbelievably busy. Depending on the day, of course. Like there are busier days than others, but on the busiest days, it's like mind-numbingly chaotic. Like you've stepped into the belly of hell, kind of busy. It's just people running around like the chickens with their heads cut off, to use a cliche. And it's just packed with people, and the back is packed with people, and the front is packed with guests, and it's just ridiculous. It's like almost impossible to move. Spend most of your time dancing around restaurant guests to actually get anywhere. I don't know how to bake a cake. Are you kidding me? I mean, I used to bake cakes as a kid, but it's been a while. I'm guessing we don't eat boots, pickles, or chickens. Okay, we'll try our best. I could just make a sucky cake, but we'll see. An array of ingredients. Some are more appetizing than others. Well, how do we do it? Yeah, sure. That's fine. Whatever. Let's do it. I'm not afraid to bake a cake. What do you take me for? Cakes are easy. Don't be nervous. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Oh, it's not me who's going to get killed. We must preheat the oven to 75 degrees. Is that like Fahrenheit? Because if that was Celsius, that's not warm at all. Or maybe it is. Maybe it's Celsius. I don't know. I think, yeah, I usually use. I don't fucking know. In Canada, we're supposed to use Celsius, but the ovens are always in Fahrenheit, anyways. Flowers and ping pong balls. Wait a second. Okay, this guy does not know what he's doing. Okay, we're just going to try to... Yeah, I knew 75 degrees was a little wrong. Okay, whatever. Yes. Okay, what's this? No. Probably flour and sugar would be important. Yes. We're going to try to make the cake our way. I don't remember how to make cake, but we're going to give it a good shot. Oh, why does that look like absolute... It's censored. That must be really bad. But flour and sugar is normal. Salt and cheese. That actually probably wouldn't taste too bad in cake, as long as you didn't go crazy with the salt. I'm guessing we want butter. And wine. I don't think that's pine berries now. Strawberries now. What's this? Eggs. Yeah, butter and eggs. That's something that goes in cake. Yeah, sure, whatever. Apparently I didn't do it right. The sauce and cut it into pieces. I don't think I'm doing this right anyway, so it's kind of pointless, but... Strawberries. That makes sense, right? Yeah. I think I have the right idea of just doing whatever I want. I just didn't do it quite right. I'm sure there's a hint later on that makes this more obvious. It elucidates our situation. But whatever. What? Apparently it's not good. Oh, come on, this would have worked. I mean, this would be an okay cake. It doesn't really matter what order you mix things in real life. It's like you're supposed to, from what I understand, you put the dry ingredients and then the wet ingredients together and then you mix them at the end. I don't know if it makes that big of a difference. He doesn't like it. Well, we took damage from it. Fucking killed him. Damn. It's a powerful cake. What's the organ music? I guess we lost. Aw, what? So we have to bake this cake. There aren't actually any ping pong balls. And so one must assume that he knows the recipe. He's just like half forgetting. So we have to guess on some of it. So the eggs are probably ping pong balls and the flour is like flour. So we can just do it that way. Yes. Oh, okay, this guy maybe knows the actual recipe. Okay, that might help. The flour and eggs, yeah. Okay, so we could have guessed it. We actually, I think, had all the right ingredients, but just not the right order. Close, though. I should have guessed that they were hints, but hey. Nice little relaxing violin music in the background. That's cool. Sugar and butter. Nice and fluffy. Sure thing, boss. Chefs always have such attitudes in kitchens because they realize they're impossible to fire, basically. But if you are extremely hardworking busboy, you're also impossible to fire, especially in a large restaurant. Strawberries. Awesome. I mean, this is a pretty simple cake, but I'm sure it tastes fine. Yep. Oh, cake batter, yep. So the other sprout mole was like rendered unconscious by our bad cake, so that's pretty interesting. Now that's how you bake a cake. Yep, that'll do it. Finally, a cake our late head chef will be proud of. May his memory live on forever. You may go now, servants. Be free. I will. No longer have to do dumbass work for people who don't fucking need it. Only work could destroy something like making a cake into something that you don't want to do. Smash. Oh, strawberries, nice. Don't get me wrong, I'm like one of the hardest working people on the planet, but I do hate when companies expect you to do bullshit work just to like, I don't know, just to have someone under their boot. It sucks. The last job I was at, they promised me that I could use some coding skills and like learn that and like apply it to automate some things and like help out with like making the company run smoother. Yeah, that was all horse shit. They just wanted me to like follow tiny little tedious little orders only. Even if you had like free time, they didn't want you to do it. I think problem with like highly bureaucratic companies that are large is that the middle management's afraid of anyone upstaging them or, you know, messing with the status quo, even if it's not in a hurtful way. Like just like casually working on stuff in the back, because it makes their position feel like unsteady, and so they become very stodgy. Oh, mega French. I'm not even gonna attempt this, so sorry. If y'all can speak French out there. But you're so dreamy. Maid Mole? Who's this guy? Butler Mole. Oh, this is a Downton Abbey reference or something. I like Downton Abbey. I haven't seen all of it. I've seen like multiple seasons, probably maybe up to season 3 or 4. I don't remember. My middle brother made me watch it, but it's pretty good. Apparently, it's a huge thing in China. They love Downton Abbey down there. I mean, it's based off of a movie that's like a murder movie, and then they made a TV show out of it. And people liked the murder movie because it was like a realistic portrayal of the aristocracy with like some of the dirty underbelly of it. It's like how the servants just aren't treated nicely, and the aristocracy are mega entitled. Which resonates nowadays because a lot of rich people are mega fucking entitled. How a lot of middle class people are too. It's pretty much, that's the way the world's going nowadays. I mean, God forbid anyone who works like a job really hard, like actual work in the world, is able to like make a good life for themselves or have any amount of like leisure time. Oh, well, maybe I myself will find an interesting job at some point in my life. That would be nice. But you never know. Are you Castella? Nope, just another maid mole. Can't you see I'm trying to meditate here? You bunch are so rude. Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Power to you. You're doing something interesting. Who are these guys? They're like the posh mustachy moles. Sweetheart is so cool. I wish I could work here forever. Sweetheart is so scary. I wish I could go home. Fair enough. Smells like garbage? No. Thank you for asking me first. Dang it. How did I end up in this mess? A scary-looking sprout mole named Marsha suddenly pulled me from my home and said I was going to replace some faulty staff here. Apparently the last guy got thrown in the dungeon for treason. The turnover rate here must be horrible. Yeah, been there, buddy. Fucking sucks. I gotta go applying for work again. Ugh. I love how our culture's so, like, steeped in this notion that we're supposed to be, like, liberal and think through things independently, but the reality is that's not upheld at all. People expect you to just go with whoever is like in control, and that is in the workplace or in politics or whatever. It's just like, I'm so tired of it. I'm not a big on the big L liberal stuff where it's just like that's like the be all and end all to protect individualism, but I do respect it to a certain degree. In our society only pays pure lip service to it, and I got a little tired of it. It's like, God forbid you speak your mind at all, even if it's like not even against the status quo. Even if you're just neutral and you speak up, it makes you a target nowadays. Which is why I have not put my real name on any of these streams or any of my YouTube channel, because God forbid if I try to find a real job later, that would bite me in the butt. Because, yeah, I'm a little paranoid. Don't kid yourself, cretin. I'm going to be the one to marry Sweetheart. Oh, the butlers. They have, like, petty butler disputes. This is like Downton Abbey. You spout delusions, twin brother. It is I who's going to marry Sweetheart. Oh, please. This will be no contest. When it comes to the two of us, I am by far the more dashing. Don't be foolish, brother. We look exactly the same. Well, it's more to be dashing than looks. Know that Sweetheart is going to fall for my personality. Nonsense, brother. When time is ripe, she will fall head over heels over my fashionable new mustache. A fashionable mustache, you say? What mustache? Oh, I see a pair of nose hairs. Dear brother, you're really getting on my last stem. I know how to settle this. Slap leather. Which one of us do you think is a match for Sweetheart? Pick randomly. What did I tell you? I'm going to ask Sweetheart to marry me right now. I don't believe this nonsense. bow tie. Sick. Sick. Snore. You should sleep on your bed, my dude, but whatever. Cool. Oh, what's this? What's up, Linda? I haven't seen you around here. She doesn't recognize me. That reminds me of American Psycho a little bit. How's your old man? I miss that guy. American Psycho, the characters all look so similar to each other. They mistake each other constantly. Okay, I don't really need to save or anything, but I'm going to do it anyways. I think I've missed a lot of stuff backwards, but I don't really feel like going back because like the plot's rolling along. So we're just going to keep pressing onwards. Don't think there's too much important stuff. What is this? Oh, it's a key in here. We can't get it. Oh, maybe only Omori can get it. There are Omori specific plot things. So I could go back and get that other one. Well, I'll do it. It's going to take a little bit of a hot second, but hopefully it's not too bad. If I'm really slick, I can run past everybody. Oh, shit. How did I even get... let's try this way. Okay, this hopefully won't be too big of a deal. It was floating in that one room, if I remember correctly. And I thought it was up in the air, but that was not the case. Oh, you can open these from the back, eh? Oh, I could have created a shortcut, but whatever. Yeah, maybe I'll collect all these. I kind of doubt it, but, you know, since we haven't... I don't think we've missed any. Might as well keep it rolling. Just use some stealth. I don't want to say anything because as soon as you say you're good at stealth, something dumb happens to you. But generally speaking, I'm pretty good at stealth. It's one of my better skills. I do play a lot of Metal Gear Solid, and I really love those games. So the trick with stealth is to always take the easiest route, take absolutely no risks, stay far away from anyone who can spot you, and play it as boring as possible. Which is why my brothers are bad at stealth, because my youngest brother loves to do really crazy shit, like roll right under their vision and stuff. And it works sometimes. It's really cool when it works, but it also gets you caught because like there's always a chance that doesn't work. And I'm the opposite. I'm just like, okay, what is the actual easiest way to get in, take the hostage dude, extract him with like the least amount of sweat? And like even that can be risky, but it is like the safe way, and it will usually works out. That's the trick with stealth. I don't know if I really recommend it because maybe it's boring, but that's just how it'd be. Cool. All right. So there's nothing else in here. Oh, this is just a side thing. Oh, that was cool. Yeah, whoever made this has clearly seen Downton Abbey. At least I think so. I'd love to know if they actually have or not, but... I do not know who made this game yet. This is my first time playing it, so I haven't looked that up. But I will definitely have to check out their story if they have any like background information on them, because I like seeing that stuff. Okay, I'm a little lost. There's still plenty of places to explore, though. I should take a break, but I'm so into this right now. Let me through. You don't know how long I've been waiting to see Sweetheart's latest work. She works? Oh, the show. Man, there's so much to explore here. I should really kill some of these wizards. I wish you could like sneak attack them to make it easier. But that's not a thing, so... It's always a nice mechanic because you can like grind, but it's like really fast because you just shoot them in the back or whatever. I should grind these guys, but I'm not going to do it. I can do that off screen. The Royal Library. I do love libraries, but I don't think this game's going to It's cool. Yeah, my dream in life is to get a nice collection of a good bookshelf. I'm not sure if I want a contemporary style or an old school style one with more intricacy in it, but just fill it up with like a bunch of hopefully custom made books or at least hardcovers. That's pretty expensive though, and so it's just like a fun little thing I'd like to do. It's not a serious thing. I move around too much to do that right now, so it's been a while since I've seen you four. Up to no good again, I presume. Next time it will be so okay. Bunch of books. Yeah, the whole pages glued shut thing is a nod to the fact that nowadays books basically play entirely a symbolic role just to show that like you are like an authority or an expert or well read or whatever, and or you have some class that still holds that image of like this basically the aristocrat with the room full of like books around them and stuff that shows off of like how back in those days is equivalent of owning like a high powered computer. Like it was super expensive, but it also showed that like you got education and you were like worthy to be a leader because you like had invested in that or whatever, or you came from a good background. It still holds that image in our mind today, and so yeah, and that's why you find a chapters in like every single mall, at least in Calgary, to give the mall a little bit of gray matter. Basically, it's like it's not just mindless consumerism. Yeah, I mean, I've been to some of the bigger chapters, and they do have like a lot of good books in them, like classics or anything that's like interesting, but they have maybe one copy of each, and then like they're still missing a lot of like stuff, which I find kind of strange. I mean, I don't know. It's a little annoying. You can just order whatever online, I guess, though. My brother gets stuff from thrift books, and it's good and cheap, so. I mean, I basically get all my books online for free. How I do that, I will not reveal on stream, but I have a very good website. I think it's a crime that books aren't free, you know? Like knowledge like should be open to everybody. It's wrong for people, especially even textbooks. That kind of information. I mean, it's a huge problem in society these days. Like there's a lot of information on the web, but a lot of it's fake. And that'd be like, oh, that's paranoia. It's not. You look up how many percentage of millionaires go broke. I did that recently. The top 10 hits on Google are like 70%. And it's a stat quoted by the NFES. I don't know. It's quoted by them. It's if you look it up, you'll see who it's quoted from. But if you go to that actual website of that organization, they have a webpage on it specifically saying that they've never claimed that stat was true, and they have no evidence to that effect. And yet, the top 10 Google hits just repeat it. And even the website themselves say it's just a meme that gets passed around, which I think is pretty fucking worrying. You can find articles that say like a true study on like how many millionaires go broke, and it's like for low levels of millions, like anywhere up to like 5 million, which you can't really like live off of for the rest of your life except like humbly. It's like maybe 20 to 30%, so it's still kind of high, but it's not anywhere near what people imagine it to be. That's just something that gets passed around so people feel better. It's like, oh, if I had $1 million, I'd be smarter than everybody else. Just kind of like smug, like sort of like, you know, like there's some sort of merit to staying rich. Most of the wealth in the world is inherited. It's like 50 to 60%, depending on how you calculate the interest rate. Because obviously when you inherit money, you can just throw it either in a savings account or the stock market, and it just grows, and it grows faster than everyone else's money because you have a big chunk to start. Okay, there's nothing going on here. We were in a library, so we had our little rant, and there's nothing going on here. Unless I missed something, in which case I'm an idiot. Fuck, there's a lot of doors here. Jesus. Oh, ooh, tea. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then after this, I'm probably gonna have to take a break. I apologize, but this chair is actually a torture device because, again, it's the cheapest chair you can buy at IKEA. I'm probably gonna borrow as often as I can my brother's better gaming chair and use that because, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be crabby while I'm doing this. It's not going to make for a very good show. I mean, I'll do my best, but yeah, we're going to try to do that more often. We're going to do this, and then we're going to call it here. And I'll upload it to YouTube later. Oh, we're going to watch a movie. Okay. Oh, man. Cineplex is releasing these VIP theaters, and I've been in one once. I went to watch The Joker with it because it was the only thing on, and I had a gift card. So I went in there. I had a beer. I had frozen yogurt with it, and it was like really awesome. I don't even know if the movie was good, but it felt better because it was like just nice. I was like the only one in that theater, so yeah, kind of reminds me of this. Okay, let's watch this. Maybe this will be interesting. Nah. Oh, it is a movie. That must be Sweetheart. So Sweetheart's not a sprout mole, right? Oh, it's Space Boyfriend. Oh, the jealous lover. Wait, it's just repeating. It's 3 sprout moles on top of each other. So that's it. Sweetheart sure likes her power fantasies. That is a thing that lots of people in our society do. I mean, what are gangster movies if not power fantasies? And that kind of stuff's just like a power fantasy. All I can say is it doesn't do. I mean, it's okay to watch that shit once in a while, but it's not good to do it all the time. It's kind of a crutch. Okay, we're gonna stop it there because yeah, I'm pretty much out of back energy from this horrible chair. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope this stream was mildly entertaining at least. Yeah. I myself am gonna go hang out and yeah, just have another something to eat and then chill out for the rest of the day. So see you later. Bye bye.